Hello, I'm Chanel and today I'm doing a VR. So I believe Sylvia from Fairlight Tarot sort of created this idea for a video where someone else chooses 10 decks and then you blindly pull them out from a bag and rate them 1 to 10 and then see how you go. So I saw this first on Rochelle's channel, Amethyst Ascension, and she called it Watch Me Blindly Rate My Decks. I haven't picked a title yet. Obviously it'll be up above whatever I went with, but for me, it was my daughter, Indy, my 9-year-old, almost 10, and I had to laugh. I could hear her in my room putting decks in bags, and at one point she said, "Whoa, this is a really cool chunky deck." So we'll see what she's chosen. I've got no clue. So here is my list. I have to write it down there. I have to fill the slots, and hopefully I don't end up putting something in first place that should have been in 10th. But let's have a look at what she has chosen. So, first deck. Okay, I'm just laughing because I'm just seeing how her little brain has worked. So, the first one that she chose is the Southern Botanical Oracle. So, this is an indie deck, and I do like it. It's a plant deck, and I'm a plant bitch. So I love it. It's a very calming deck for me. I love the sort of keywords, key phrases down the bottom. Look, I don't use it a lot, but I do like it. What am I going to rate this one? I think the artwork is stunning. I really like the art style in this. I love the strawberries. This is a high-rated one for me. This is why this VR is so hard because you're like, oh, do I go in putting it up the top but then leave myself open to, unfortunately, reading better decks lower? Where am I going to go? Look. Hellebore, oh, love it. I'm going to play it safe, man. I'm going to put it at 5. I'm going to put it at 5. That way we can go up or down from here. You know, I'm leaving some leeway there. So let's have a look at what's next. Okay, oh, this is a big one. Okay, I'm guessing this might be the big one that she squealed at. I'll have to ask her later which one it was. Yep. So let me just take it out of the bag. So this is the Empyrean Tarot. So this is also an indie deck. So this one has cool backs. This is a plastic deck. This is the only plastic deck I've kept. It's lenticular. So you can sort of see a different depiction by flipping the card. Look, this is cool. I do hate plastic with a passion, but the deck was so cool that I did keep it. I don't use it very much. It's a bit unwieldy. It is chonky. It is a chonky deck. I do mirror my daughter's exclamation with this one. It has got like Greek gods on it, and it's very cosmic, which is definitely my jam. But some of the lenticular ones are a bit meh, like this one. Like there's not much of a difference, my man. So what am I going to put this one? Look, I'm just trying to think now, are there any decks in my collection that I really don't like? Like, really, that's what it is. And I don't think so. Otherwise, I would have rehomed them. Actually, that being said, there are some that are in my sort of Persephone's purgatory. She might have chosen some of those. So I'm not going to put this last. I'm going to put it 9th. Just in case she's picked one that I'm a bit meh on and am giving one more year. Okay, let's see what's up next. Let's see. It's like a lucky dip. Oh, I love this bag. It's so cushy. It's one of my favorite bags. It's probably is my favorite bag, to be honest, because I did it in Jasmine Puff Stitch, which is an absolute bitch to do, but glorious. Okay, I keep forgetting what this one is called. I believe it's the Cosmic Laws Oracle. This is also an indie deck. I like the back, so I edged mine in the dark blue, obviously. This is a bit more of an interpretive deck. It's got this very odd sort of photographic type cardstock, so it is shiny. Normally I like the shiny things, but less so when it comes to cardstock. And I do like this deck. I don't use the guidebook at all with it. I just use the keyword and what I'm feeling, what I'm vibing. What do I do? Look, I do like it, obviously. It's in my collection, but it's not one of my faves. You know, I don't have a very close bond with it. So I'm going to dip into my emotional connection to decks in terms of rating them for this. So I think Cosmic Laws would have to be, I'm just trying to think. I'm going to put it 8. I'm going to put it 8. Cosmic Laws. Okay, what do we have next? What's this? I know she's chosen this because she loves the lolly button. Let's have a look, and I know it's in here because I just played with it the other day. This is the Wild Child Oracles. This was the original edition, which is why it's in the oblong shape. I've never liked the dark grey edging. It makes no sense to me with this deck, but it is beautiful. It's a poetic deck, so the guidebook is written in verse, which I do enjoy. I like the whimsy of it. The illustration style is gorgeous. I like the keywords. I'm not a fan of the Roman numerals. This is just unnecessary. It takes up so much more space to write that. But I do like it. And where do I place it? Where do I put you? It's a bit quirky because of the poem. This is the whole thing of like, I don't know what's coming next, you know? It's almost like that with dating. You're like, do I hold on to this one? Is there a better one? And then you make the decision. You're like, no, that was the wrong decision. Let me undo. Look, I think I'm also going to take into account how often I use the deck. And I don't use this one that often, to be honest with you. So I think I'm going to put it 6. I'll put it 6 because I do like Southern botanical slightly more. Okay, back into Santa's sack. Oh, the big one. Oh, she got the big boy. Maybe this is the one that she said was the big boy. I'm gonna have to ask her at the end to confirm. This is the good old Pythonic, which is one of my most witchiest decks. Another indie deck. As yet, none of my mass markets. Just gone for all the indies. Her name is Indy, and I just made the correlation. Well, her name's Indiana, but you know what I mean. Her nickname's Indy, so Indy's chosen the indie decks. I love this deck. This deck is rad. I love the guidebook. It's really cool. It's interesting. It's just a whole lot of single sentences stuck together.
Order filled.
Oh, that was my trading. So that's good. Made some money on that one. I'll check that later. That's distracting. This is I'm trying to work and play at the same time. Where am I going to put this? I do like this deck. I do like it. Oh, it's one of my favorite cards. Okay, Pythonic. Oh, I'm going to put you here. Pythonic, because I do use this quite a bit. Okay, and oh yes. Okay, she's picked another Threads of Fate. And this is the Oracle, the Lumen edition, which I die for the backs of this deck. It's an indie deck. The colors in this speak to my soul. This is a stunning deck. This is literally one of my most beautiful decks. I don't use it a lot, but the guidebook is still well done. Yeah, no, this is stunning. I was obsessed. I was absolutely obsessed with this deck when I got it, and I still think it is in my top 5 most beautiful decks of all time. So what's the chances of her putting in a deck that I love even more than this? Not high, because look, I am currently working with some decks, so they weren't in my drawers. So I should have put them in there. I should have. They're out of the running. So because I know that my desk decks and the ones in my bedroom weren't in the running, I think I'm going to have to put this in my top spot because I'm obsessed with it. I just freaking love it. Yeah, I should have put all the decks together, but did not think ahead, but that's okay. That's okay. So we got Lumen. I'm just going to write Lumen. Okay, what have we got next? Oh, this one. Okay. This is an indie deck. This is the Lame Hype Tarot. And look, I bought this deck for shits and giggles. It's you can see by the titles on the cards, all right, that is a bit of a lark, a bit of a larrikin kind of deck. Speaks to the bogan in me. Look, I like it, obviously. I love the vintage aesthetic and how some of these are just real retro and some of them feel like they could have been taken from a porno. I rarely use it. I really do. Because this is not a serious reader for me. I just can't take it seriously. It's a curveball, wild child, double birding me kind of deck. So it's more of a novelty deck, to be perfectly honest with you. I kept it in my collection for that purpose. I do not read with dishwater hands. So I am going to put this in last place because, yeah, in terms of its functionality, I don't use it. I do not. So lame hype. I have taken out the last place. And as usual, I think most people, the top spaces are left empty. So hopefully all of the remaining decks are bangers. All right, let's have a look. Oh, lovely. Lovely. This is the Spacious Tarot, but I've got the, what do you call it in here? The expansion pack also. So it's very extra thick and juicy. I love this deck. This is also an indie deck. This is fabulous. This is one of my most calming decks when I need a very chill sensory experience and something that holds space and also gives me space. This is what I go for. It's just landscapes and a few animals, so you can't get more relaxed and grounding than that. I think the quality is outstanding. I love the illustrations, and yeah, it calms me. It calms me down. So this one is absolutely stunning. There's some really, really beautiful cards in here. This is probably a sort of pippish deck, but it's a pip deck that I can get behind. It doesn't bother me at all. Where am I going to put it? I love that one. Reminds me of Lord of the Rings. Ooh, where do I put it? Where do I put it? I've got 2, 4, and 7 left. Ew. I love all the cups, especially in this one. This is really pretty good. So I think I'm going to have to put it 4th. I put it 4th. Hopefully that doesn't bite me because I was thinking maybe even 3rd. Spacious. All right, we've got 2nd and 7th. A bit of a gap between those two. Okay. Oh no, this is so hard. Okay, so here we have the lovely ladies. This is an indie deck. I bought these just based on seeing the major arcana only because this artist had done just, the major arcana cards, and I'd had those images pinned on my Pinterest. So then when I found out they were doing a full tarot deck, I just bought it, sight unseen. It's cool. It's full of lovely ladies, as the title suggests. Ew, do I put it 2nd or do I put it 7th with the hope that there's one coming up that I like more? Look, this is pretty good, man. Do I risk it for the biscuit? You know what? I'm a bit of a risk taker. I'm going to put it 7th. We'll see. We'll see if I burn myself. What have we got? Oh, interesting. This is one of my favorite bags. I just love it. We've got the Deep Place. These are some of my favorite backs of all time. It is an indie deck. Indie chose only indies. This is great. This is like a collage style, very cosmic galactic deck about the liminal, the underworld, and the above. So as above, so below, and in between, basically. I do really enjoy the guidebook. I don't particularly super love the very modern people in here. I do like it overall. It's a shadowy, worky kind of deck. And obviously, I love that one. That's one of my faves. It's going in 2nd place, so I'll put that in, and then we'll see how I would have actually done it had I known what I was getting. Okay, surprisingly enough, very similar. I basically only rearranged the top 6. So Lumen stayed in 1st place. I bumped up Deep Place. I bumped up Spacious to 2nd instead. And then I placed Deep Place in 3rd, and then Pythonic in 4th. And then I swapped Southern Botanical with Wild Child. So I put Wild Child above and then Southern Botanical underneath, and then everything else stayed the same. So 1st place stayed the same, 7, 8, 9, 10 were the same, and then just these guys did a bit of a swapsies because, yeah, Spacious would probably be my 2nd favorite out of those. So that was interesting. I have to go and talk to Indian about her choices and let her know what I thought of her picks. But until next time, stay wild, Star Child.